Where are you calling from?
Hey, Sam, it's Josh from Chicago.
Hello, Josh from Chicago. What's on your mind today?
First of all, happy May Day, everybody.
Happy May Day.
Thank you. Same to you.
Solidarity. Also, I like your shirt, Sam. I think it's really good on the live stream. So,
happy birthday to your mom, Josh.
Thank you. You like my shirt?
I do. It's a good shirt. Good shirt.
All right. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you.
I'm calling in about actually Netanyahu stuff.
Yeah.
My question is, why is anyone giving this man any legitimacy, or thinks this man has any legitimacy, or treats this man seriously at all? Because he's basically a pathological liar. And the way I see the media sort of, especially with his latest thing about the Iran deal, it's like, oh, we should give this guy any credibility at all. We know he's a pathological liar, and we also know that the way he treats the media and stuff in Israel is basically the same as Trump. I mean, why? And I acknowledge that the Gaza situation is actually complicated in the role that Hamas plays in that. But
not really.
Even then, why is there any legitimacy to this guy?
Well, I'm not sure. I mean, to the extent that he has legitimacy, it's because he's the prime minister of a country. But I don't, we're already seeing, and now going back 2 years, I guess, where you had a number of U.S. senators and a number of U.S. congresspeople boycotted his talk in front of Congress. So I think that there's a lot more skepticism than there was years ago. If you're asking me why do people in the Jewish community give him, it depends on the community. I mean, if you're asking me why in the Jewish community people give him some legitimacy, I would argue that you're talking about a subset of the Jewish community who are right-wingers themselves. Christian Zionists obviously give him a lot of legitimacy because of their agenda in regards to Israel. But I think, there was a piece in the Forward by Peter Beinart, which was pretty categorical in going through the fundamental lie that's talked about when you say Gaza. And I think more and more there is much more skepticism for Bibi Netanyahu. If he had done this PowerPoint presentation, 5 years ago, I think people would have probably, spend more time paying attention to it than today. I really think he's going nowhere with this. I really do think that it's not going to achieve nearly what they had anticipated. It really seems to have fallen apart under any type of scrutiny. In fact, here is Chris Cuomo talking to Netanyahu about the other fundamental problem that Netanyahu has. He has put out a PowerPoint presentation saying that Iran has not been or was not transparent about just having documents talking about a plan in the future. And these are documents from the early aughts, maybe late 90s, that they had documents that they never acted upon, that we already got a national intelligence estimate in 2007 that said were never operative. His whole presentation is based upon, they said they didn't have plans, but yet everybody knows that Israel has nuclear weapons, and here's Bibi Netanyahu refusing to answer the question.
You know where I'm going with this. A yes-no question for you. Does Israel have nuclear capabilities and nuclear weapons? Yes or no?
We've always said that we won't be the first to introduce it, so we haven't introduced it.
But that's not an answer to the question. Do you have them or do you not?
Of any country. It's as good an answer as you're going to get. But I'll tell you one thing, Chris, and I think it's important. Iran signed NPT. Iran signed all sorts of commitments. Iran said that they don't have this nuclear weapons program. And Iran calls daily for the annihilation of my country.
Absolutely.
We don't do that.
We understand that there is an existential threat from Iran and others. We understand that Iran is known for lying on this issue. That's one of the big motivating factors for the deal in 2015, as it was explained to us. But what I'm saying is, if disclosure matters so much, what message does it send when you won't confirm something that is widely believed by the entire international community? How does that inspire the spirit of disclosure?
I said that it's not the spirit of disclosure, it's commitment, a specific written commitment by Iran as part of the deal to disclose what it has. Iran undertook that specific commitment.
I understand, but you know what their take on it is that you won't even confirm that you have nuclear weapons when the world already believes that you do. Why? Why keep that quiet?
Well, you can make all your assumptions. One thing is clear. Israel is not threatening the annihilation of any country. And you know, it's interesting that the nuclear arms race that I predicted would unfold once this deal was signed, because everybody knew that they were just kicking the can forward for a few years, and as time passes, Iran will get a nuclear arsenal. So now you hear other countries in the region saying, we want nuclear weapons too, or rather, we want unlimited enrichment, nuclear enrichment of uranium, the way Iran gave it. If Iran has it, why shouldn't we have it?
Well, first off, and Josh, I appreciate the call. I mean, that's the thing is that, and I think, look, having Chris Cuomo go after you like this is indicative to me that people don't take Netanyahu as seriously as they may have in the past. And Netanyahu's not able to answer the question there. The bottom line is, to the extent that Iran retains the right to enrich uranium, it is at a much lower enrichment point than one needs to create a weapon. And many countries enrich uranium at this level for power reasons. And when you got that much oil, why would you want to burn it if you can sell it for more than you will pay to have nuclear power? So
also for deterrence, because Israel actually does regularly threaten Iran, and Israel is the only nuclear-powered, regime in the whole region. And I just have to say,
we don't know that.
Ehud Olmert did such a better job of that on Mehdi Hassan recently. Like, at one point, Mehdi Hassan's like, every single person in the world knows that Israel has nukes. Why won't you just admit it? And he goes, well, sometimes Israeli prime ministers don't know things everyone else knows. Which is awesome. But even like of course there's sometimes very anti-Jewish as distinct from anti-Israeli rhetoric that comes out of Iran. And of course Iran, is a right-wing religious state. It's not what we support, but that's just a lie. They don't threaten to wipe Israel off the map every day. And even Ahmadinejad, who came the closest to saying that, the proper Farsi translation that people like Juan Cole put forward, who actually know is something really effective, like, it should vanish from the pages of history because it's an injustice, which is understandable why Israelis wouldn't like that statement, but no one has said we're going to bomb Israel, or just actually someone did say we're going to bomb Iran. That was McCain. But no one said that about Israel. And this just the repetition of like a foundational lie just constantly needs to be pointed out.
Yeah, I think the salience of this stuff is less than it has been in my adult lifetime.